Hello, it's Psychocore, Nietzsche's forbidden women's secret. You know that moment when everything you've believed about love shatters like glass under your feet? I never told anyone this, but I was that guy. The one who thought being nice would win her heart. And it destroyed me. Picture this. I'm sitting in a dimly lit cafe, the kind where the coffee smells like burnt regrets. My hands are shaking as I stir my cup, staring at Sarah across the table. She's beautiful, with eyes like stormy seas, but right now, those eyes are cold, distant. "You're too good for me," she says, her voice soft but sharp, like a knife wrapped in silk. Too good? I've bent over backward for her, canceled plans, showered her with gifts, listened to every complaint without a word back. And this is what I get? A breakup over lukewarm latte? I felt my world crumble. Heart pounding, throat tight, like someone had punched me in the gut. Why? I was the perfect boyfriend, right? Always agreeable, always there. But as she walked out, leaving me with the bill and a broken spirit, a question burned in my mind. What if everything society taught me about women was a lie? Let me take you back. My name's Alex, and this isn't some made-up tale. It's my life, raw and real. Growing up, I watched my dad treat my mom like a queen. Flowers every Friday, yes dear, to everything. He was the model husband, or so I thought. But behind closed doors, I saw the emptiness in his eyes. The way Mom would sigh and look away. "Be kind, son," he'd say. "That's how you keep a woman happy." So I did. In high school, I was the nice guy who helped girls with homework, carried their books, never pushed back. And guess what? They dated the rebels, the ones who didn't care. Fast forward to college. I met Lisa. She was fire, passionate, wild. I thought this time I'll be even better. I planned surprise picnics, wrote poems, agreed to every movie she picked, even the ones that bored me to tears. "You're so sweet," she'd say, but her kisses grew colder. One night, after I canceled a guy's trip to stay with her, she exploded. "Alex, you're suffocating me. Where's your spine?" Spine? I was being supportive. But she left, hooking up with a guy who argued with her, challenged her, made her chase him. That hurt like hell. I spiraled, nights alone, scrolling through old photos, wondering what was wrong with me. Friends said, "Just be yourself." But who was I? A doormat disguised as a gentleman. That's when I stumbled upon Nietzsche. Yeah, the philosopher with the mustache and mad ideas. His words hit me like a thunderbolt. The true desire of every woman is not kindness, but strength. A will to power that commands respect, not pity. At first, I laughed. Nietzsche? In a self-help crisis? But I dove in. His book, Thus Spoke Zarathustra, became my Bible. He talked about the will to power, not brute force, but an inner drive to overcome, to create your own world. Women, he implied, aren't drawn to slaves of morality, but to masters of their fate. It's primal, instinctual. Like a lioness seeking the strongest lion, not the one who rolls over. Think about it. Society sells us this fairy tale. Be nice, be equal, share everything. But deep down, in the shadows of our souls, there's something wilder. Nietzsche called it the beast within. He said modern man is tamed, weakened by slave morality, valuing pity over power, weakness over will. And in love, it's a battlefield, not a tea party. My heart raced as I read. Was I a slave? Always yielding, always seeking approval? It explained everything. Sarah didn't want a puppy. She wanted a partner who could stand tall, push back, ignite that spark of tension. But let's not jump ahead. Back to my story. After Lisa, I swore off dating, buried myself in work, gym, books. One rainy evening, alone in my apartment, rain pattering like tears on the window, I had my breakdown. "Why do I always lose?" I yelled at the mirror. The reflection stared back, hollow-eyed. That's when Nietzsche's voice echoed in my head. What is good? All that heightens the feeling of power in man, the will to power, power itself. I decided to change. No more Mr. Nice Guy, but not in a toxic way. No manipulation, just reclaiming my power. I started small, said no to a friend's endless favors, pursued my passion for painting, ignoring doubters. And then I met Emily. She was at an art gallery, critiquing a piece I loved. "It's pretentious," she said, smirking. Old me would have agreed, but I challenged her. Pretentious? Or just beyond your comfort zone? Her eyes widened, shock, then intrigue. We argued for hours, laughs mixing with debates, no yielding, no fawning. That night, as we walked under streetlights casting long shadows, she grabbed my hand. "You're different," she whispered. Different? Yeah, because I wasn't begging for her light. I had my own fire, but it wasn't smooth. Conflicts arose. She tested me, canceled plans last minute, flirted with others to see my reaction. Old habits screamed to appease her. "Don't rock the boat," my inner voice whined, but Nietzsche's words burned. One must still have chaos in oneself to be able to give birth to a dancing star. I stood firm. "If you want games, find someone else," I said calmly, heart thumping like a war drum. She stormed off, but called later, apologetic. "I respect that," she admitted. Respect, not pity. That was the shift. Let's dive deeper into why this works. Nietzsche wasn't just philosophizing. He tapped into psychology's dark underbelly. Freud might call it the id, the raw, instinctual drive. But Nietzsche went further. Women's desire isn't for equality and comfort, but for a man who embodies life force, who doesn't crumble under pressure. Imagine a wolf pack. The alpha isn't the nicest. He's the one who leads, protects, challenges. Primal? Yes. Shocking? Absolutely. But ignore it, and you end up like me, alone, wondering why kindness backfires. Take my friend Mike. He was the ultimate provider. Bought his wife a house, cars, vacations. Always happy wife, happy life. But she cheated with a rugged biker who argued with her, made her feel alive. Mike was devastated. "I gave her everything," he cried. "Everything but tension, but power." Nietzsche nailed it. In revenge and in love, woman is more barbarous than man. Not cruel, but honest, seeking that raw energy. Back to Emily and me. Our relationship? A beautiful war, as Nietzsche might say. Not fights over dishes, but intellectual clashes, passionate debates. One night, over wine, she pushed. "Why won't you just agree sometimes?" I smiled. "Because my world isn't yours to shape." Her eyes lit up, desire, pure and fierce. But here's the twist. I thought I had it figured out. Then came the crash. Emily revealed her past, a controlling ex who broke her spirit. "I test you because I'm scared," she confessed, tears streaming. Vulnerability, not weakness, but strength shared. Nietzsche spoke of amor fati, love your fate. embrace scars as badges. I opened up too. I was a pushover, lost myself in others. We bonded deeper, not in pity, but in mutual power. Examples abound. Look at history. Cleopatra didn't fall for the meek. She chose warriors like Caesar, men of will. Or modern celebs, women drawn to confident artists, not yes men. My uncle? Married 40 years. Secret? He leads with quiet strength. Never beg, he says. Be the mountain she climbs. But it's not all glory. The conflict intensifies when society pushes back. Friends called me arrogant. You're changing, they said. Yeah, into someone real. The turning point? A weekend getaway. Emily wanted a fancy resort. I insisted on camping, rough, wild. Trust me, I said. Under stars, by a crackling fire, we talked dreams, fears. No comforts, just us. She whispered, "This is what I needed, your world pulling me in." Heart soaring, I realized, desire isn't won. It's awakened by your essence, nearing the peak now. Imagine climbing a cliff, wind whipping, muscles aching. That's growth. Nietzsche warned, "He who has a why to live can bear almost anyhow." My why? Becoming unbreakable. One storm hit hard, Emily's job loss. Old me would have fixed it all. Instead, I supported without smothering. "You're strong," I said. "Rise." She did, fiercer than before. Shocking truth. Women crave that fear, not terror, but the thrill of losing something valuable, like a rare gem that might slip away if not cherished. Examples from life. My coworker, always agreeable, divorced thrice. They get bored, he moans. Contrast. The entrepreneur pal, bold and unyielding. Women flock. Psychology backs it. Nietzsche influenced Jung, who spoke of anima, the feminine within men. Balance strength with soul or lose harmony. In my tale, the climax, Emily proposed moving in. But only if we keep our fires separate, she said. We do. Two worlds orbiting, colliding in passion. Soft landing now. If you're like past me, lost in niceness, there's hope. Start small. Say no once. Pursue a passion fiercely. Read Nietzsche. Let his words ignite you. I transformed from shadow to sun. You can too. It's not about dominating. It's about shining so bright, she can't look away. What if your true self is the magnet you've ignored? Ponder that. If you enjoyed this video, please support the channel. Like, share, and subscribe. Please leave a comment telling us what you think of this video.